Russ, welcome.
Hi.
Welcome to Off the Tracks. Now this is completely.
This is bonkers, mate.
This is mad. Like,
this is bonkers.
We've been wanting to do podcasts in the park for such a long time, and now we're here on actually, on the site.
We're not just in a park.
We're at Thorpe Park.
We're in the park. Yeah.
The great Thorpe Park. Yeah. Well, I should be saying welcome to you because you've come to us. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast and for tjoining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting us as well. It means a lot to us. It's amazing, isn't it, to be here? So.
It is. We've got to obviously start off because where we are.
Oh. Yeah.
How's it been going, mate? Literally from day one, when you got the proposal saying like, "This is what we're going to have a brand new coaster," to where it is now.
I mean, from you say that it was day one from when we got the all clear from the planning permission, but obviously the work years before that.
Of course.
Just getting into
right.
it and
planning.
It was just so good. So we started really planning this. We wrote the brief for Hyperia. It was actually in the first week of lockdown of spring 2020. So we're just opening up for we're about to open up for the 2020 season. Obviously, all that got cancelled within about 2 days of us planning to open, and we all got sent home, worked from home, but we still had this 2024 brief to write. So that's what we all did. That was one of the first tasks we did from our living rooms and sheds and spare rooms.
Maybe that's why it's ended up so cool, because you're all in your own space, Bit of
a homegrown feel to it.
I always work better from bed, Russ. Always.
Well, we went there quite quickly. So it's been such a passion project for everybody here at the park, Merlin Magic Making colleagues, and all the partners that we've been working with to bring it to life. So, the planning permission stage, as soon as we got that was just a really nice big milestone, and I think you could probably count it in double-digit hours before then we had a spade in the ground from following that, just to get us
get it underway
and get it on the way.
It is impressive how quickly it's happened, isn't it? I mean, I know that obviously we've been following it with Jack and Dom, and there's so many people with so many amazing coverage of it, but
absolutely,
it feels like it's flown up. The whole area feels like it's flown.
They've done so well.
Amazing.
And we just with the nature of our industry and in the UK, we're always building our coasters. We tend to do them over 2 winters to hit it. So we obviously started just before a winter a couple of years ago. So we've had 2 winters: the mud, the wind, the rain, the snow, the sleet, the everdone.
Ideal conditions.
So it's absolutely.
Absolutely.
Who would build roller coasters in the UK? But I'm so glad we do, and I'm so glad that they did, because they've done an absolute tremendous job.
It's impeccable, isn't it? Beautiful area.
It is. Obviously, we're going to come back to Hyperia.
Yeah.
But yourself, obviously, you worked at Legoland in Chessington. What was that like? Was that like, is it a completely different ball game to where you are now at Thorpe Park, or
Yeah, it is. The best thing about the different parks is that they're like mini cities.
Okay.
In each, and in each city you've got like different neighbourhoods, and you could talk. It sounds a bit naff to say it's different families and stuff, but there really, really is a family feel to each park, and there is a slightly different feel to each park. I'm wildly fortunate enough to have worked in several Merlin attractions, as you say. Whilst I started here many years ago, I did 10 years at Windsor, and it's just, I always made sure that I took a beat whenever I could, just to look around and see where I was. For a long time I was running the big shop at the top of the hill, and quite often last one out at the end of the day, or close to it, and just that view overlooking London, overlooking the Windsor Great Park.
Nice.
Oh, it's stunning up there. Yeah.
You know what? This is my job. This is where I work. It was absolutely stunning, and the teams and the people and the camaraderie. It's great. And with Legoland Windsor, I always said I had the best of both worlds. We're here. I work for Merlin, second in the world to Disney, and
that's mad.
Which is fantastic. See, we've got the quality behemoth behind us as a power, and also, we're at Legoland. We're representing and we're living and breathing every single day another world-class brand in Lego, which is one of the most trusted brands in the world. It's so positive, it's so wholesome, and I worked in myself at Windsor between 2009 and end of 18, and just to see how, even in that time, how the Lego brand sort of went on its own journey as well. Yeah.
I feel like the parks really do the brand justice as well over at Legoland. You know how the huge creatures that you see walking down the hill and just everything, and even the rides themed to Lego.
Love Lego.
It's just
People
incredible.
who know me, I'm a massive Lego buff geezer. I've got every kind. I've even got the Lego roller coaster.
You got the Harry Potter castle, haven't you?
Harry Potter, the Disney castle, and all that jazz. So I'm a massive Lego fan. But are you a Lego fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But hand on heart, when I walked through the doors, 5th of March 2009, not so much. It wasn't part of my day to day.
I was the same when I first visited. I took my son when he was quite young, and I was excited, but for him. And then I left with like the hot dog Lego guy, and I was obsessed. You know what I mean? I was obsessed after being.
And you
really get into it.
You can't help but just get
because it's so immersive
and immersed in it. And again, like I say, it's such a wholesome brand to be part of. So absolutely, I do have a lot for. My office here has got the McLaren F1 car, which my colleagues here actually very kindly got tipped in for my birthday for. And
nice.
So I built that at home. And
are you a solo builder? Because I have my kids and they try and like sniff around me. I'm like, go away.
No, it can't be. Yeah.
No. This is mine.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't have kids, so it's absolutely it's me and Mrs. G, my wife Rosie, and so I'm building that solo, and she'll say, oh, that looks lovely in your office at work. So I'm like, right, I'll take the hint. I'll take that.
Get that out of my house now. Yeah. So have you always sort of been into theme parks? Would you class yourself as a theme park fan before?
Absolutely. I live 10 miles away from here, so and I've always lived in this area. This was my home park. I used to come visit here. My grandparents used to take me here, and
it's incredible. The position you're in now. As a fan, as a kid.
Exactly. I always say it's like not to sound just like we're a bunch of amateurs. We're not. We're such an incredible skilled team that run this park. But at the same time, it is still run by fans of the park itself. I grew up here. I first started here. It was the summer of 1999.
Sounds like a song to me.
I know, it does a little bit. I won't be doing that. I'm sure.
Come on, give us that note. No, don't.
Can you afford the right? And I started on a 12-week seasonal contract working here in the shops, and I was in me Mr. Rabbit T-shirt and in me blue and yellow tracksuit, and I was on Poncho Bower in the rain, and
that's amazing.
And I did 6 seasons here from 99 to 05, and just from
the bottom. Now we're here. Love that.
Exactly. And I'm now in the wildly fortunate position to be running the team that I was once part of, and with commercial and all the retail aspects of it like that. So,
but I think it really shows, with you and also Bianca over at Towers, who we're lucky enough to speak to, and you can see that the people who love the park and the influence that you guys have on it, and fans of the park like us, we just appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that we can see that there's love and care gone into it, where it isn't just something that's been thrown up. And obviously in previous years at some of the Merlin parks, we haven't really seen that personal touch. So to see that back again, I think you guys, between you and Bianca, you're really winning everybody over, aren't they? So we're loving it, yeah.
Literally. But obviously we're on site of Hyperia.
We are.
I've now learnt not to say Hyperion.
Oh yeah,
there was a time where people were like, God, Hyperia. No, it's Hyperia, especially with me, because I always get.
I think that's some accounting software, I think. So
I've only just got used to not saying Exodus though. I loved the name Exodus. That was such a cool code name.
It was a cool.
Really
name,
cool.
Yeah.
I was expecting the ride to be Exodus in the end.
For a long time, that was a running theory for a lot of people. It's like the big reveal is
Exodus.
Yeah.
We dropped the project, but it's a really cool. And Hyperia is a cool name. At first, I did think, is it like Hypercoaster? And but then the more I've seen it, it's just become a thing. It's like Nemesis, and it's just these words that you associate with a ride. And I think you guys have done an awesome job, man.
Whose idea was it actually with the whole colour scheme of things, like the gold and the white?
The bling.
Was it?
So we work with a brilliant creative team, Merlin Magic Making, who do a lot of the. All of our projects across the world. John Burton, I'm sure, is a name that will be well known by your listeners and viewers, and he's been heavily part of this as well. And I know Bianca and John have been working very closely as well with Nemesis Reborn. Yeah. We've been keeping him very busy because sort of this is happening here. He looks after that creative element of any new projects across all of the RTPs, so including Hyperia Park in Germany, Gardaland in Italy. So it's we've been keeping him busy. But yeah, I think it's him and the team that have produced a brilliant product for us.
I must admit, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't so keen of the colour, as obviously we said off camera, but now I'm here.
Oh yeah, it's different.
I mean, it is though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, pictures and stuff like that doesn't really give it that much justice, but when you're actually seeing it for yourself,
it's the scale as well, isn't it? That you don't get the scale, even on videos and pictures. You don't get it.
An hour and a half ago, when we came around the corner here, so obviously I've been living and breathing this for months, a couple of years or so, and just seeing your reaction as you came around the corner just now.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a bit like I was saying earlier at Windsor. It's like, let's not take that for granted,
No, absolutely, and that's a part of it, the wow factor. And when I was driving in the car park, I got sort of flashbacks back to '94 of driving into Blackpool and seeing the big one, and that feeling that it gave me. And it's almost like seeing that, and as an adult, it's just incredible. The excitement that is going through the community right now is insane.
I mean, what was you like when the train said, right, okay, the trains are at Thorpe Park now?
Oh my God!
I've got to move! I've got to see it. So was it like?
It's quite fun watching all the speculation and that, and you see that we keep see it on the socials and the enthusiast groups, and quite often you think, there'll be guesses in terms of when are the trains going to come, when's the first run going to run, and you think, okay, how can it possibly? You guys get it right.
Oh, we know.
Pretty much 95% of the time, and you think, just there's no getting past you.
It's
folks.
Isn't it? Really, the hive mind of the community is incredible.
But great, to have such support from that for this. This is our first coaster in.
The fans love the place, don't they? It's an unconditional love almost.
Can I just say it's my number one theme park, Jake?
Yeah,
in the distance.
It is my favourite.
Can I just say that?
It is now, anyway.
You're just saying that.
No. Watch my video. Top 5.
we do love Thorpe.
But overall, I mean, the trains look absolutely gorgeous. We've just seen it go round and stuff like that. Obviously, when it first went round, everyone was speculating, God, that was a bit slow.
Well, obviously,
that whole thing, the warm up and stuff like that. What has the feedback been like on your side? Has people been? Is it quite positive? What people have been saying?
It is. As we sit here now, I know this is going to go out quite close to opening, but I'm still going to be keep a couple of things behind from in terms of the experience. But all of the numbers, all of the graphs, all of the the pure facts and the data that are coming through from this ride is just off the chart, and it really will be an intense experience like we've got nothing else on the park. The people that have been on it so far have come back with smiles, and
nice.
I'm only going to say that for now.
Ross, what are you doing?
We've got to keep something. Can't give it all away here.
Obviously, we have to also address Voltron at Europa Park. Obviously opened, and the crowd levels. I don't know if you've seen as well. It was pretty crazy. Everyone was rushed. Like, how is that going to Are you worried about the crowd control? Because obviously you put out a video not long ago, which we actually watched. How you're going to do the crowd control? Are you? Is it? Pretty much, we don't want anyone getting hurt, crushed, and all that jazz. So it's good that you put that video out there. Is there anything that we can also advise people as well on the day?
Our number one priority is people have a safe experience time here, no matter what day they visit. We know that the 24th of May is going to be a very, very special day. Obviously, I wasn't at the opening for Voltron, so I'm not going to sit and comment on I wasn't there and didn't experience any of that. However, the plans that we have got in place for the day have been long in the running, long before Voltron was open. So I know it's easy for me to say that now, so it looks like we've rushed stuff through. But my colleagues in the operations team, the health and safety teams, the planning, the marketing teams, we've got our opening day plan pretty well planned out, very, very well. And I know there's the key will be long and thin. We'll keep everybody safe. Really. Yeah. If there's big crowds that are trying to go into that to bottleneck.
I think that's the problem.
That's why I know we've raised a few eyebrows that our queue will start so far at the beginning of the park. It's not really a queue, it's just a long walkway to it, really.
It's a good way of stopping running, isn't it, and
exactly.
barging.
So if you're technically in some form of queue, even if you're at walking pace right from the start of the park, then we should be taking that need away to rush, because you've already got the person in front, you've already got the person behind. So you're there, you're going to get on. We've got, there'll be 40 marshals in gold high-vis on the day. We've got 700 extra barriers here.
Wow.
We've got an extended queue line, as I've just mentioned. We've got signs, we've got colour-coded routes, we've got
you've got it all set up ready for us.
As long as people,
listen, you're still going to get the people running, aren't you? You're never going to stop it.
We want to get the right. We want to get the right balance as well, though, right? Because it is we don't want
exciting.
it to be too clinical and everything. We're opening a roller coaster, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be thrilling, and we will absolutely. I think we've got the mix just right, where we'll get that thrill of an opening day roller coaster. We've capped our attendance on that day, so and we've extended our opening hours till 8 p.m. All being well, we're pretty confident that everything running well. That if you're going to come and join us for the opening day, as long as you pre-book in advance, of course, to make sure you do, because like I said, we will be capping that attendance. You'll have a great time. There'll be a very good chance you'll get on the ride, and also we've got the rest of the park to enjoy as well.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got more questions obviously for Hyperia, but I just need to quickly jump. To be fair, this is actually more Rob's kind of vibe of it all, because he's a massive horror fan. So obviously Fright Nights and stuff for the event this year. How far have you gone to that? Have you completed all the houses now, and it's just a case of keeping it hush until the actual to announce it?
We're probably as far along as we've ever been in terms of this year's Fright Night event. We had our quite a decent planning meeting on that just this week, just a few days ago.
Nice.
So, and that's the fun thing about working here. Whilst we've got Hyperia in the background here ready to open, there's thousands of other things that we need to keep rocking and rolling and ticking along in the background. Fright Nights is such a huge event for us. It's so popular. It's our jewel in the crown for an event. So really lots of really nice exciting stuff coming up.
I remember seeing you on, I think it was one of Jack's event. Me and Rob were filming it, and I remember speaking to you outside. And I do think Fright Nights is really good.
I think it's the best Halloween theme park
in the UK
event, for sure.
Especially when you've got like the American high school stuff, buses and stuff down there. And is there a lot of changes? I know you probably can't say, but is there a lot of changes? I'm pushing the boat here, Russ.
You are.
For the viewers, it's like, Donny, we did not agree to this. No, but it's
We're not releasing anything just yet.
Okay.
Right now, it's all about Hyperia. All I can say is that we've got some brilliant plans for this year as well. We've seen a new maze over the last few years.
Nice.
Obviously, we had Stitches last year, which was really incredible.
Yeah,
Spark
awesome.
Games before that, trailers before that. Watch this space. We need to get this open first, and then we'll be. I
do apologise, viewers, if you can hear that. I don't know. Are they doing like some kind of a emergency? This is what happens when
just
you're
a minute
outside.
ago, while you were speaking, the splashdown was testing over there, and I got really excited. Yeah.
Is that what you were looking at?
I thought I was boring you.
Oh my god!
I was like, don't interrupt. But so it's all happening down here. That sounds cool though. I love that. Ride's about to start. Though.
That is mad. I mean, it's incredible. Obviously, what is going on with Black Mirror? Because obviously now we know now it's gone. Was that a tough kind of call to make, to say like, do you know what, it's not as doing as good, or maybe just let's have a bit of a change?
As with all IPs, IPs tend to be on a multi-year deal.
Yeah.
So they're not often here indefinitely.
Yeah.
Depending on popularity of it, it came to its natural end. There was no decision to specifically stop
Get
the
rid.
IP or get rid or anything like that. It came to its natural end of its IP, and it then creates quite a useful space for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to go in there. Have you got any ideas?
I wonder. Is there anything that you would love to see come to Thorpe Park? Say, for instance, like, let's be hypothetical, you can take any attraction from around the world and you can bring it to Thorpe Park. What would you go for?
That is such a tough one.
It's a stinker, that, isn't it?
It is. That is really tough.
It's a good one.
We've got 6 really cool world-class coasters here.
Oh, yeah.
I think we went through a period in the 2000s area where we we put in lots of flat rides in, and you'll test me. I can't remember our last flat ride that we put in here now, but maybe I might go more in that direction, actually, rather than just immediately saying, right, another coaster, another
big one.
Actually, I'd maybe like to see
a world-class flat ride.
Something like that, and that's not a hint as to...
No, of course not.
I believe it is.
Easter eggs there.
I saw the signs.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
That's a personal preference.
No, absolutely, yeah.
You know, I'm a big fan of the flat rides as well, because they're, you know, you can get some brilliant thrills on those. You know, I was, you know, when Rush went in, it was so different. I was here when Slammer was obviously going for its few years.
I missed Slammer.
R.I.P. Slammer. No, I didn't.
Slammer was incredible. I loved Slammer.
It was.
I thought it was one of the best flat rides
out there.
Well,
people say it was like one of the most intense.
It was intense, and I loved it.
You get,
And then got rid of it. So I'm quite.
I think they were hard to maintain, though, weren't they? There was only two, I think, ever in existence.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe there was only two in the world, and I'll be happily fact checked on that. I'm pretty sure it was. If not three,
but maybe.
It was quite a complex ride. I think.
Yeah,
it was quite an ambitious. But that's what we like to. You know,
100%.
I love it when we push the boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to mention Darren Brown. When that came in, such an ambitious ride.
Oh yeah.
To put on, you know, 16-minute experience, VR, live actors.
Insane, really, when you think what went into
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
So of course, if you imagine reading the brief for that on a piece of paper, there's no way you wouldn't sign up. Look, you know, awesome. And I know we've made some changes with it now, and we've taken the VR off, which I think is making the experience flow a lot better.
Yeah.
And we're getting some good feedback and throughputs on that now.
A lot of Darren Brown got a lot of hate, and I actually genuinely thought I loved it. I did, because I
honestly,
like Darren Brown anyway.
It frightened the life out of me the first time I did it. I've never been that scared on a ride, just because I got so into it, and I think I was working myself up a little bit in the queue. It was quite a long wait, and I'm not crazy on overly scary things, and then when I got in there, I just absolutely lost my head. Yeah, no, not for me. But what I love about it is, like you said, the unique aspect of the ride, and same with like Saw, the ride behind us there. I remember when I first came down and got on that, it was unlike anything in the country, because you got the indoor sections crazy, and the twists and the turns and the banks, and I feel like that's something that you sort of do so well at Thorpe, you know, that individualism. Same with Hyperia, looking at it, there's nothing like that around, you know, and it's incredible to see.
It's so crazy that we're doing a podcast.
I can't believe it.
I'm just going round. Sorry, Russ. It's just going round like it's a normal thing.
It's insane, isn't it? What are we doing? I just keep looking.
Russ is like, I've seen this like 5 million times.
When I saw the splashdown, I was like, I'm gonna
freak it out,
flip
freak
the
it
table
out.
and freak. But
I think Hyperia, you know,
it's special, isn't it? It's special.
It is, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't excited. I'm one of these where I want to see it before I jump on the bandwagon. I never jump on people's jump
and
on
you
that.
Can't get the scale, and like I said, it isn't on a picture. Yeah, it looks amazing, but here in person, looking up at it it's different, isn't it?
It is, and
even looking at the queue line, because I know a lot of people were saying like, oh yeah, it's the queue lines, the cat pen. Well, yeah, of course it is. It's a theme park. That's what I love it. But you know what? Looking at it now, it doesn't look as bad.
Nowhere near.
People are making out that it is.
We love the engagement, the speculation. That it's what it's all.
Yeah,
what it's all about, right? But I think, you know, until we're here, like this, where we're sat now, look very different 7 days ago.
Yeah,
it certainly looked very different 1 month ago. It looked very different 6 months ago. So we're filming this a few days before we open, so we've still got a few days before opening. It's going to look different again in the next few days.
Yeah.
So you know, come down, check us out, and see when we're here, when the lake's here, when we've got the planting here. And you know, we're saying just before we started, didn't we? Any coaster that comes in, you know, it takes a little while for the greenery to come through, the landscaping, the planting, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, day one of a roller coaster will also look a little bit different.
Absolutely, it's like a haircut. It takes a couple of days to bed in. You know, it's not quite good. Straight at the barbers, no. 2 days later, fresh as a devil. But no, absolutely. I think I can speak for everybody when I just say we just want to get on this thing now, don't we? That is it. Everyone's just.
And well, that's it. Russ, have you been on it?
No, he's not. Have you?
Not yet.
I mean, Russ.
What
are you doing? Like,
I've been stocking the shop up. So,
I mean, we were going to do it in the shop, but we thought it's such a beautiful day. The ride is testing. Let's just get out here and just do it, and it's worked out really well. I must admit, Russ, this thing looks insane. It looks incredible. Are you now glad that it's all done or built to a certain degree now? Does that take a lot of stress off you? Like,
but the beauty with my job and the thing that I love the most is that I've got a foot in both camps. I've got a foot in long-term strategy of the park, future big projects. I've also got a foot in the day-to-day operation. Right. So the second we get the keys to this thing and we take the fences down and guests come open, my team also, we have to run it, and we have to run it well. We have to run it we've been given a world-class attraction. Yeah. We're going to be running it to a world-class standard.
And that's half of it, isn't it? The operations.
Absolutely. And we can't take our eye off the ball with this. We need to, do this justice and run it well.
Absolutely. You only get one chance of that first impression, especially it's okay for the enthusiasts, but the public market, them general public, you've got to really impress. So if they're stood in a queue for ages and then I know a lot of people, and I hear it a lot, is when you're close to the front but it takes ages to get there. Little things like, that is just down to slower operations, which can happen on new coasters. I think that is one thing you've got to really nail. So sounds like it's in safe hands though, Russ.
I think so. Like I say, they put me in charge of hot dogs and keychains, so that's my thing.
Hey, I tell you what, the hot dogs are good as well.
But I've got some awesome colleagues who are in the maintenance teams, in the operations teams, who have been, again, planning for months on those operations, how the station dynamics is going to work, how all the different queue lines coming in and the exits and every different scenario. So, absolutely. They've been planning down to the nth degree and just can't wait to see their work.
I suppose you don't know until it actually opens on the day. You can plan and plan. It's with anything in life. You can plan and plan, but on the day, things will maybe down for a bit, but it's just what it is. It's just what it is. But we'll have to ask Russ, what is the future for Thorpe Park?
The future for Thorpe Park, I think. So we've obviously seen quite a big year for us. It's been our biggest winter in terms of. In any year, this is obviously a massive big project for us here. And any year, this on its own would have been busy enough. We've obviously been keeping ourselves very busy with other stuff. We've got a whole new land that we just opened in March as well, with Big Easy Boulevard in place of Angry Birds Land, and that's with restaurants, rethemed rides, area, music, and we opened with Mardi Gras with that as well. We had we've got a new brand. That's gone in over the winter, and I think that signifies a new era for us as a resort as well, which is bright, it's fresh, it's vibrant, and I think that talks to more as to who we are these days.
I love that you dropped the resort as well. I think that's such a good move. Thorpe Park. Okay. It's such a cool, snappy name, and I feel like a lot of we'll talk Pleasure Beach Resorts added it, and for me it doesn't add anything to it. It doesn't, but Pleasure Beach is Pleasure Beach. Thorpe Park is Thorpe Park. Everybody calls it Thorpe Park.
Absolutely.
Nobody says Thorpe Park Resort. I feel like it's such a really cool, snappy, like you say, forward-thinking move that where you're not trying to over-egg anything. You just
unapologetically authentic.
I love that.
Is at the core of our brand, and we've that's actually been something that we've been living and breathing for the last couple of years, but we haven't overtly gone out.
And you see that in the social media and stuff. You do see that.
Which, I think there's a different tone of voice these days, and again, the brand is just part of that. So it's not like on the 1st of December or whenever it was that we said, right, this is it. That's where we were now. Now we were. This has been
gradual.
This has been a gradual. The leadership team, who I'm incredibly fortunate enough to work alongside with, we're so aligned in where we want to take the park and how we go for it. Have you noticed I've dodged your question totally in terms of the future?
Yeah, it was really good.
He's very good. He's done this a few times.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's the park is coming into a new area. We're as excited for what the future will bring as our guests are. We don't know what's exactly in the pipeline just yet. We've obviously gone through a few years of the year of events. We've been coming up with 2, 3, 4 big events each year. We've got 3 this year with Hyperia opening. We've already had Mardi Gras. We've got Oktoberfest in September, and obviously Fright Nights we've already discussed. So I can very much see them staying along. But who knows?
Any new ones?
We need to. Well, not for this year. Right. Not for this year. But let us know. What would you want to see? Is there anything that we're not doing that you would want to see?
I mean, it's. I think you pretty much got it spot on. I mean, I think I'm happy with Fright Night. Mardi Gras, unfortunately, it's a very busy time for me, so it's very rare that I can come down to do Mardi Gras itself. But overall, I think because you usually have your summer. Do you have like your summer one? Your summer.
So we've the last couple of years we have Carnival.
That's the Carnival, yeah.
And I think again, this summer we've made the decision as great as it is as an event. You know, this is we wanted to focus on Hyperia.
You've got enough going on. I think
there's lots on, and you know there'll be some good stuff around Hyperia as well from our brilliant and talented Ents team as well. So you know there'll still be some stuff happening over the summer.
Well, I think that's the secret as well, because like you said before, you touched on that this is a fun place. It's a theme park. There's nothing worse than seeing somewhere like this or an attraction being very corporate and very sort of stiff on Instagram, where you see Thorpe Park, they're very cool, very modern, a little meme,
like that,
you know, a little fun, a little meme here and there, and I think that's what you need to connect with the audience.
Totally agree.
We don't want to take ourselves too seriously, but I want to immediately back that up by saying obviously we have a big responsibility to keep everybody safe and everybody have a good time. You know, we welcome all sorts of guests here. We welcome guests that will visit us, you know, 150 out of the 200 days that we're open in a season. We'll also welcome guests that will come to us once every 5 years, and that's the fun, right? To hit those buttons on for both of those people, and give them a magical, memorable day. You know, there will be people that will have the 10th of August red circled on their diary as that's their day that they're going to come to Thorpe Park. Doesn't necessarily mean anything else to anybody else, but that's the day they've had in the diary for 18 months for whatever reason, an anniversary, a birthday or whatever. So we have to make sure that we're right and we're hitting those notes every single time for that person.
Completely agree. I tell you what I do like before we leave it, Russ, because I'm absolutely baking. I was white when we started this podcast. Is obviously I'm loving the fact that you've got single riders.
Yeah.
And I mean that is a huge thing. I've just literally spotted like single riders. Oh, wicked cool. I mean, was that always in the plan to have single riders? Because I've heard now and then that people are trying to take away the single riders in a lot of theme parks, and it's good to see that you've actually put it on
again.
Hyperia.
We listened, so we started to put it back into a couple of our attractions here. Yeah, it was something that we wanted to do with Hyperia. We've got to get the operation right for everybody.
Get that.
You know, so as with everything, you know, we'll see how the operation goes. You know, there might be tweaks and bits and pieces like that, but yeah, absolutely, it's part of the part of our plans from day one. I mean, that sounds pretty permanent that we've got behind there.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it's not something you can just change your mind.
We have just knocked that up. So yeah.
I mean, the size of the wings are absolutely ridiculously big. A lot bigger than beautiful. I thought. I was like, damn, man, these are big. And I know a lot of people said that there's a lot of cracks in it. And I remember watching one of Jack's videos, and he was saying, like, no, that's part of the design to get, because it's that big. We need to, bit like Lego, put it together. Okay, Russ, thank you so much for your time and effort.
Pleasure.
This is the third time recording this. We've got to put that anyway. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. It looks beautiful, although there is bits and bobs, but you know what? It's going to look incredible on the day. I'm sure it is.
Thank you.
All I can say is just be safe on the day, guys. Don't be stupid. There's a lot of measurements out there. The sign looks incredible. The ride looks amazing.
Incredible. You've done a great job, Russ. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah. Once again, it's all the team.
It's the team. It's the hive mind.
Team. Yeah.
Love that.
Awesome. Absolutely, mate. And hopefully you'll get on it soon. Like we will.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Are we going to go
I've got 30 quid to stick in your back pocket, Russ. You know.
I'm the wrong person. Trust me. I'll just put it in the till.
Russ, mate, thank you so much again. And as always, brother,
happy riding.
That's the one. Take care. Bye-bye.
We got there in the end.
We got there.